Hello everyone and very welcome to my YouTube channel Study Era. So friends, as requested, today I'm here with the topic fundamental rights of Indian Constitution from Article 12 to 35, and this is a part 3rd of Indian Constitution. So let's begin with. So as you can see here, Article 12 to 25 of Indian Constitution deals with the fundamental rights. These human rights are conferred upon the citizen of India, for the Constitution tells that these rights are inviolable. Right of life, right to dignity, right to education, etc. all come under one of the six main fundamental rights, and this is a very important topic in the polity section. So I think I should make this video, and I did. And it's a basic static portion, you can say, in the syllabus, so and highly dynamic also. So here are the six fundamental rights: right to equality, freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so now next heading is what are the fundamental rights. So fundamental rights are basically human rights enshrined in the Constitution of India, which are guaranteed to all citizen of India. They are applied without discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender, etc. So fundamental rights are enforceable by the courts subject to certain conditions. And here now second heading is why they are called fundamental rights. So why we call them fundamental rights? So there are two topics, that why they are enshrined in the Constitution, which guarantees them. That means they are in the Constitution in the written form, so no one is going to change them any by his own view or any will. They are justable. In case of a violation, a person can approach to a court of law. Means everybody, these fundamental rights are for everyone, and if anyone is going to be violate them, then the victim can approach to the court for them. Okay, now as you can see here a note, the right to property is now a legal right and not a fundamental right. There was one more fundamental right in the Constitution earlier, that right to property, but the right was removed from the list of the fundamental rights by 44th Constitution Amendment, and this was because the right proved to be a hindrance towards attaining the goal of socialism and redistributing wealth equitably among the people. Okay, so here's a note that the right to property is now a legal right, not a fundamental rights. Okay, so this must be clear to you. Now if we go to the introduction to each one by one six fundamental rights. So now here, okay, so now right to equality, article 14 to 18. Now here, right to equality guarantees equal right for everyone, irrespective of their religion, gender, caste, race or place of birth. It ensures equality of equal employment opportunities in the government, and ensures against discrimination by the states in matter of employment on the basis of caste, religion, etc. Okay, so right to equality is you can say, most important. Actually all the six are important. So now we come to second right to freedom, 19 to 22 article. Now freedom is one of the most important ideal, है ना, we all know, cherished by any democratic society. I'm saying here, the Indian Constitution guarantees freedom to the citizens, to all of its citizens. The freedom of rights includes many rights as such, like right to speech anywhere, everywhere. Okay, right to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, you can show your expression anywhere on the any topic. Freedom of assembly without arms means without any violation. Freedom of association, you can make any association anywhere. Freedom to practice any profession, you can practice any of the profession you like. Freedom to reside in any part of the country, you can go anywhere you want to go in the country, within the country. Okay, now if we come to the right against exploitation, article 23 to 24, this right implies the prohibition of traffic in human beings. Traffic is the second word of exploitation of human, you can say. Okay, like big R system and feudalism system which prevails earlier, and other forms of forced labor. It also implies the prohibition of children in the factories, although it's not working somehow, but it is in the constitution. The constitution prohibits the employment of children under 14 years in hazardous condition. Okay, now come to the fourth, right to freedom of religion, 25 to 28. So this indicates the secular nature of the Indian polity, as the word also came under the constitution, the preamble secular. This is all. This is equal respect given to all religions. There is freedom of conscience, profession, practice, propagation of religion. The state has no official religion. Every person has a right to freely practice his or her faith. Okay. So okay, now come to the fifth right, cultural and educational right, article 29 to 30. These rights protect the rights of religious, cultural and linguistic minorities by facilitating them to preserve their heritage and culture. Educational rights are for ensuring education for everyone without any discrimination. Means no, there's no importance of your of your background, from where you are coming from, which caste you are belonging. Education is must for all, and before education all are equal without discrimination. Okay, this is the main point of this cultural and educational right. Now a sixth right to constitutional remedies. The constitution guarantees remedies if citizens fundamental rights are violated. The government cannot infringe upon or curb anyone's right. Okay, in any of the situation, government cannot curb anyone's fundamental rights. When these rights are violated, the aggrieved party can approach to the court. That's why courts are here. Citizens can even go directly to the Supreme Court, which can issue writs for enforcing fundamental rights. Okay. And if we talk about some about the features of fundamental rights, then fundamental rights are different from ordinary legal rights in the manner in which they are enforced. If a legal right is violated, the aggrieved person cannot directly approach to the Supreme Court by passing the lower court. He or she should first approach to the lower court, okay, then step by step, and then at last Supreme Court. Some of the fundamental rights are available to all the citizens, while the rest are for all persons, means citizens and foreigners. Okay, fundamental rights are not absolute right. Main point, they are reasonable restrictions, which means they are subject to the condition of state security, public morality and decency, and friendly relations with foreign countries. They are justiciable, implying they are enforceable by the court. People can approach to Supreme Court directly in case of violation of fundamental rights only. Please keep in mind that we are talking about fundamental rights. Okay, legal rights are different from fundamental rights. In the case of legal rights, if legal rights are going to be violated by anyone, so he cannot go directly to Supreme Court. He have to go step by step, means the lower court, then upper court, and then at final stage he can go to Supreme Court. But in violation of fundamental rights, in that case he can directly approach to Supreme Court. Okay, fundamental rights can be amended by the parliament by the constitution amendment, but only if the amendment does not alter the basic structure of the constitution. So here are some main points. And if we talk about that fundamental rights, the fundamental rights only available to the citizens, only to the Indians. The following we can say in the prohibition of discrimination on ground of race, religion, caste, gender of place, anything. Okay, in article 15 as equality 1, equality of opportunity in matter of public employment, protection of freedom, speech, expression, association, assembly, movement, residence, profession, anything, protection of culture, language, script, article 29, right to minorities to establish and administer education institution, article 30. And if we talk about some importance of fundamental, so we all know that fundamental rights are the soul, you can say. Without them, the people are not going to survive freely. Fundamental rights are very important because they are like the backbone of the country. They are essential for safeguarding the people's interest. And according to Article 13, all laws that are violative of fundamental rights shall be void. Here, there is an express provision for judicial review. The Supreme Court and the High Court can declare any of the law unconstitutional on the ground that it is violative to the fundamental rights. Okay, so I hope this video must be clear to you all, and thank you very much, and kindly keep liking, subscribing and sharing the channel.